Tzivi here. I hope you're doing well. So I wanted to talk with you about this week's episode. It was absolutely amazing, and a huge thank you to Yosefa Huber. She was so wonderful and spent a large amount of time, of her very important time, because she is a CPA. She is a mom. She does things like fermentation and all kinds of very cool things. She's a busy person. And she took a lot of time to teach us how to use so many different baby wraps. Really cool. So I absolutely enjoyed hanging out with her, spending time and learning so much about baby wearing. I thought that having owned a baby wearing company, I knew a lot about it, but I learned so much from Yosefa. So I'm sure that you did also. I wanted to share a little bit about my own baby wearing experiences and how much I have come to absolutely appreciate it. I feel like one little piece in the Geula process is the fact that baby wearing today is so comfortable, it's so readily available. There are so many options, and it's completely acceptable. Like when I had my first baby, my mother had this old Snuggly, I think I mentioned that, and it was miserable and uncomfortable and embarrassing to wear outside. So I didn't even dream of it. I didn't even think about using a baby carrier. It was like, you know that it's not a good thing, and you think you know, right? And I have a friend, she's Ethiopian, and she was telling me, she actually worked with me. She was one of the ladies who sewed in Chibuki, my baby carrier company. And she was telling me how in Ethiopia, I don't know about in your area, but in the area I'm living now, not then, but now I do see it, where they have this way that they carry the babies on their back. It's like almost like a blanket, and then it crisscrosses on the front, and what they do is they wear a shawl over it so that it doesn't look like not Noah, you know. And apparently those straps, they really dig into your shoulders and they are really uncomfortable. So my friend was telling me how she would try to cook for Shabbos by wearing her baby on her back like that, and it was always uncomfortable and sometimes even hurt, but she didn't know of anything better. And that was how she fell in love with Chibuki, and she ended up working for me. And that was, coming from a culture that practices baby wearing, but they're all uncomfortable and there's nothing else. That's what they're used to. That's what they do. And they carry really big babies. If you've seen the Ethiopian ladies, they're amazing. But it's also, I think it's always on their back. I've never seen, I don't know, I have to check out what they do. I think even the tiniest babies they put on their back. I'm not really sure. So to live in a day and age where you can carry your baby and be absolutely comfortable, be absolutely stylish according to your style, and be absolutely normal and accepted, it's just such a bracha. It's just another one of those ways that it's like Hashem is just sending us little, like blowing us kisses, that we're seeing in today's days, how we can just have access to so many wonderful things. But I also wanted to talk about the benefits for yourself of baby wearing, right? We always learn about the benefits for the baby. But for mommies, oh my gosh, and Abbas too, it's so comfortable. It's so cozy. You can also feel their breathing right there on your chest. You don't have to worry about them. They're so connected to you. It also feels a little bit like another little kiss from Hashem, and a little bit of the Geula process, that we're able to be so connected with our babies. And when your baby's born, you want that connection. They grew inside of you. You felt their every move, their hiccups, everything. It's a bit of a loss after birth, right? And having that connection, in Swahili, there is a word called mama toto. So mama toto is mother baby. So basically you're saying that not like mother and baby, It's one word. Mama Toto means the mother-baby unit, okay? And it's a beautiful word because that really is what happens when you have those little babies. It's absolutely amazing to be able to be connected with them. And one of the things I learned years ago in midwifery school is that by being really connected and doing that sort of connected way of raising our kids, it can help them through the process so that when they are 2 years old, 3 years old, 4 years old, it actually gives them more self-confidence to be more independent. What you usually see, it's not, okay, sometimes you have parents who are hovering, right? Like the helicopter parent. And especially, I've seen a lot in Israel, some of the moms seem to be very worried. Don't do that, you might fall, you might fall. Don't, no, careful, careful, right? And in America, usually people a little more, let them try out for sports and, maybe they'll break their leg and they'll learn something, a little bit more like that. So sometimes you have that. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm saying being connected with your baby in a really comfortable way that's good for your baby, it's good for you. You can sort of have the sixth sense to know before they cry, to know their needs before they need to express that. And when they're really little, it's a beautiful relationship. It gives them that sort of calm sense. Almost like, I feel like it also raises them knowing that Hashem loves them and Hashem will take care of them and Hashem will anticipate their needs before they have to beg for it or worry about it. Babies are having their needs met, right? Before they have to cry and get hysterical and get to that level, it helps them to have that emunah. And you see this even in the Goyish world, you see it in every sort of sense. But especially for us, that we are ma'aminim b'nei ma'aminim, right? We want to trust Hashem, and we want to work on our emunah, that He's taking care of us, that He loves us, that He wants to give everything to us. I'm going to give you an example, okay? So my youngest daughter, Elisheva, Baruch Hashem, she had the pleasure that she was nursed. She nursed long term, and she had the chibuki invented for her. So she had a lot of baby wearing. And I mean, other than that, also we talk about these concepts. We talk about trusting Hashem and having emunah, and she also has a lot of older brothers and sisters, and we talk about don't be afraid. If you get lost, everyone's gonna look for you. Don't be scared. So the other day there was a mix-up. She went to her after-school activity, and there was a confusion. There was a mom who was supposed to pick her up. Someone was supposed to call her. They couldn't get through. In any case, Elisheva was not picked up, and they hadn't told us what time this event ended. So it was getting late, and I was getting worried, but it was still within the time period that it could be still happening. So finally, when it all worked out, I picked her up. It all was fine. And she was playing, she was having fun. She wasn't alone. There were some older girls still hanging out on the lawn, like in front of the place. And I asked her a little bit later, I said, were you worried? I didn't want to say it right away because I didn't want to make her worried, but she was really very calm. And she said, no, I knew you'd pick me up. I knew you'd figure it out, kind of thing. And I'm not saying what it comes from, right? It could be from a million different places. But like, I didn't grow up with that. And one of my older kids says, oh, she still has trauma. Same sort of idea. There was confusion. We were at an event once. And I said, where is this child, right? Where is child A? Where's child A? Oh, she went ahead. And there was indeed some of the people had already left. There was a group ahead. And I actually walked quickly to try to catch up with them. And when I figured out that she wasn't there, I started walking back. And in the meanwhile, somehow she had already gotten to us with somebody else. The whole thing was very confusing. And now as an adult person, she still has that trauma. She still has that feeling of abandonment. And even though she knows in her mind that I didn't abandon her. And she had a lot of other positive things that Elisheva had. Obviously, everybody's story is different, but this is also something that I learned about beforehand. This is something that's proven with many children in many situations.
Sorry, Geula Mamas, the connection cut out there for a moment. What I was saying was that it's been proven that, which is something I learned about before I started this sort of practice, that children, when you can parent in that close bonded sort of way, that you're not trying, you're not over trying, you're not doing helicopter parenting, right? But you just naturally can anticipate their needs before they need it, before they need to start to cry, start to fetch, elevate, maybe scream. Getting your attention is a lot of effort, and it's a lot of stress on the system, right? That trust that's there when you have that close relationship, when you're wearing your baby, you know what they need before, almost before they know what they need. You feel their subconscious types of movements that they're not the baby's not even aware of, right? And you provide them with that. You get ready to nurse your baby, or you in fact, in some cultures they even right, like they will wear the baby and the baby's not wearing a diaper because it's a third world country, and the mom knows when to swing the baby off her back and put her baby down to the floor to use the bathroom. And I actually read once that a sign of, quote unquote bad mommy shaming or something, is if a mom gets peed on, because that's considered like she didn't realize she wasn't a good mom. We can't even imagine that type of level, and that level reaches us, that teaches us something between trusting not only our parents, our mother, our father, but then bringing it to the next level and trusting Hashem. And that was the part that skipped. So I will let you get back into the show.
And you can anticipate their needs. You can be there for them. It just helps them. It helps them to feel more secure from you, and to connect that to Hashem, to have that feeling as adults, right? If you need money to buy groceries, to pay for a wedding, to pay the electric bill. I was just listening to a shiur, and the Rav was saying that we don't want to beg Hashem. We don't want to, rattle the chains, because that's already getting our ego involved. We want to be like that child who knows that their parent loves them and their parent will take care of them. And I feel it's almost like we want to nurse from the mother's milk from Hashem, like that He's our mother. He, she, obviously there's no gender, right? And to have that sort of feeling. I had a friend who had that. She said, well, if I need, if I want a red pair of socks, then Hashem will just send me. I'll ask Hashem for a red pair of socks, and He always sends it to me. She had that sort of just innocent, childlike emunah feeling. And it's just a beautiful thing, right? As adults, we're so lost. We have so many different problems. And wouldn't it be a bracha to have that feeling, to sort of get into that feeling? Obviously, it helps a little bit to think of the love for your child, how much you want to help them, and then just sort of back up and translate and relax into it and do some breathing and think about Hashem loves me many, 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 many times more than I love my child. I can't even imagine how much Hashem loves me and how much He wants to give to me. And it's my job to open the pipes, right? The Tzina wrote, to open them and to ask and to receive in a gentle way, not in a begging way, just in a very gentle way. In that sort of way that's so gentle, how a mother, again, can anticipate that her baby is going to need to nurse, is going to need their diaper changed. When you're baby wearing, you have that sort of connected feeling. It's very, very cozy. It's very nice. It's also super convenient and super yummy when you have a really comfortable wrap that's truly comfortable for you to wear. The baby's tight, close to your center of gravity, not hanging off of you. It should not hurt your back at all. If you say, oh, I have a weak back, actually a good wrap should sort of strengthen your back. It should feel like a back support. That's one of the things I loved about my chibukis. And I really like the woven wrap that Yosefa showed us. I think it was the last one maybe that she did, the woven wrap. She said it was something, I think, Uppy Baby, but I looked it up. I didn't see that company. It might be Uppy Mama, because I saw a company called Uppy Mama. And but you can also just look up woven wrap and probably make one rather easily. And I really liked that one because the way that she wrapped it was very similar to how I was wrapping the chibuki, but the chibuki was sort of like a pre-wrap. It was already made for you, so that it wouldn't involve all that work that it would take. But it was kind of giving you the same idea, where you have a lot of shoulder, like over your shoulders, not pressing down. You don't want to press down. The baby carriers that are pressing down on the shoulders here, we have nerves. We have sensitive nerves running through these areas of our body. So when you're pressing downwards, it can be uncomfortable. It can affect things in maybe a way that's not so healthy for our bodies, right? So I liked how that rolled over the shoulder, went around the back, giving you that hug, that support, went right up under the baby's bottom, giving them that really great, healthy spread squat position. The only downside was that it seemed like it took a while, the whole thing, to wrap and to adjust and to get comfortable with it. And, again, chibuki doesn't exist in the world right now, so that's not happening, but it gives you the same sort of accomplished, a goal at the end. And you know what? With any wrap, if you're going to be new at it, it's going to take a while. Don't give up. When something's really good, you keep doing it over and over, and it might take 20 times to feel comfortable, or 100 times to feel comfortable, or 5 times if you're lucky to feel comfortable. Everything is uncomfortable in the beginning. As I say in Hebrew, kol hatchalot kashot, all new beginnings are difficult, but when something is really good, and Babywearing, I'm telling you, it's really good. So it's worth taking the time to learn how to do it, and it's worth it for you, the convenience, the freedom. Oh my gosh, one day I got up in the morning and I had all these errands to do, and I went on like 5 different buses and up and down and in stairs and offices and government buildings, and it was just a very, very, very busy day, full of errands, and a very exhausting day. And just the ease, I had packed, like a couple of diapers and wipes. I had tucked that into the wrap. I think I had my little purse on. I always have like a little purse on a string going across my chest, so that kind of stuck out the side. Very convenient, right underneath, not difficult to get to. And I was nursing, so I didn't have to take bottles or anything with me. And Elisheva was then the baby, so she just spent all day happy, looking around, sleeping, napping, up, nursing, whatever she needed to do. It was done. It was literally like I had wings and I was flying, and I came home relaxed and absolutely happy. She was happy. I was happy. It was really amazing. So I give you this bracha that you should be able to learn the amazing world of Babywearing. You should be able to find the right product, the right carrier that's right for you, for your baby, for your body. That shidduch should be made that is perfect for you. And you should be zocha to feel that freedom and to feel that connection and to feel that love from Hashem, and to transfer that into your little baby, that they should grow up feeling that love from you and translate that into the love from Hashem. And we should be zocha through Babywearing to help do our part to bring the Geula, because that's the goal here, right? Unite the women and bring the Geula Shlema. So with that, I want you to have a great day, and remember that Hashem loves you, and remember that I love you. Bye.